There's a lot of competitive advantages that you can develop, that you can build, that you can own. But of all of them, I think time might be the most important. So having a long time horizon versus having a short and restrictive time horizon is going to be a huge competitive advantage if you have a longer one versus if your competitors have a shorter one. So when I've worked with a lot of practices, when I worked with non-dental offices or dental offices, the ones that usually had a shorter time horizon were the ones that were always struggling more. And I'll give you my understanding of why. But the practices who were desperate and so they needed to get a certain result, or the practices who said, after a year, we're going to make this such a big success that we're going to sell, or the practices who had to, for whatever reason, that they gave themselves a shorter time horizon, or they took the conditions of, they accepted the agreements, or they took the conditions that gave them a shorter time horizon, that they would struggle, that they would take actions that didn't make sense. One of the things that is important to understand is that growth takes time. It's part of it, and you can't accelerate it, just as you can't accelerate the speed that a plant will grow just because you're desperate, or just because you want it to grow faster, or just because you're more dedicated and committed, just because you water it perfectly. None of those things are going to make it grow faster. It's going to grow at the rate that it was intended to. And certainly you can make sure you can help it grow, but we're talking about pushing things faster. So Amazon was unprofitable for the first 9 years of their existence. And basically Jeff Bezos's competitive advantage over his competition was that he was willing to go a very long amount of time without seeing profits. And he trained the people who invested in Amazon to think that way. So he trained everyone around him to have a longer time horizon, to be okay with accomplishing the goal at a much later end. And because of that, what he was able to do was compete his competitors out of existence and grow his company to a degree we've never seen before. That is the result of having a longer time horizon. And there's a lot of other benefits. Another one is that you can make more mistakes. Simply that if you have a longer time horizon, you can try more things, you can make more mistakes, and you can learn more. Another is that you can focus on smaller wins. You can make small wins, you can scale that up, make a bigger win, and so on. And you get the compounding and exponential results of compounding the small wins. So when it comes to your goal, your mission, the thing that you're here to accomplish, whatever that may be, ask yourself, have you given yourself enough time? Is your time horizon long enough? Or are you going into something with a time horizon that is way too short, that is killing all the other advantages that you might have, simply because you haven't given yourself enough time? When you're able to give yourself more and more and more time, all the other competitive advantages out there, you can build it, you can develop it, you can partner with it, right? And so time is the foundation upon which other advantages, other assets, and all this other stuff are built on. All right, so short video today. Think about time. Think about how you can free more time, how you can save and free your time from doing things that aren't critical, things like tasks and chores, and how you can refocus your time on things that are mission driven, are pushing the needle forward, and don't limit yourself time-wise as much as you can. All right, see you guys in the next one.